Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Mapleberry and today we are going to try the Gansai Tambi Granulating Colour Set 1. So there are two. This is the first one. These have 5 colours in them: Aurora Red, Aurora Pink, Aurora Orange, Aurora Blue and Aurora Violet, and there's one empty pan which I recommend that you put a bit of water in to mix these up so that they granulate properly. These in Australia retail for between $30 to $40 depending on where you buy them from, and this set you can't buy the individual pans, but you can buy the individual pans on, I have another set of these Gansai Tambi Japanese watercolors. So these pans, sorry you're getting reflection from the plastic on top, you can buy these individual little pans which come out, and I think you can find these for about $4. On the back we'll have the number, and I think it's a pigment number as well on there. So these are a full pan set, so they're not half pans or quarter pans. They're described as artist or student or craft. If I can open this. There we go. This is quite a sturdy cardboard box that it comes in. So because these are Japanese watercolors, they're different to your normal Western watercolors. So these tend to stay where you place them. They don't have that big bloom effect, if I'm explaining that properly, hopefully. So the pans are placed in this. This is like a cardboard box, I guess, that the pans are placed in. This is the Aurora Violet, so it has a name on the back and the number. And we have our spare pan in here for putting water in and mixing, creating that granulation. So we're going to swatch these out and then I'll go through some of the other information. So let's see. So I should also read the back on here. So these watercolors separate to create whimsical and dreamy effects. The degree of color separation and blurring may vary depending on the type of paper used. You can enjoy greater changes in color by dissolving the watercolors in lots of water and letting the colors separate on your palette before painting. So we'll try that, we'll see what happens, and we'll also try mixing them with some normal paint and see what we get. So I've got some Strathmore watercolor paper here. This is a 400 series. This is 300 grams and it's a cold press. So the cold press will have a bit more texture on it. I got this in one of those art supply mystery boxes. I can't remember which one. So I'm just going to use a large brush and place some water in each. So these the Gansai Tambi watercolors, they say they're pigment based, so they are light fast, but the more water you use obviously reduces that, and these are a mixture of pigments, so that's going to change all that up. I wouldn't expect these to be light fast, but I don't have that information. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to use my quill brush. This is my favorite brush for playing with watercolors. This is the Aurora Red. So this is just, oh wow, you can see some separation already. I'm going to zoom you in so you can see what's going on. How's that? Hopefully you can see the separation happening already. So these would be really cool for creating some, yes, they call them dreamy effects, or you want to just have some fun and play around. Maybe I should add some more in here. The second set has some different colors in it. I got this set because it had more pinks in it, and I like the pinks. I think the other set had some more oranges and reds. Wow, that's the Aurora orange. Oh, and you didn't even get to see that, I'm sorry. There you go, you can see that starting to granulate really nicely. It's amazing. Okay, and we're on to Aurora Blue. This paper's really nice as well. As it dries, you will see more of the granulation. Oh wow, look at that violet. Okay, that's my favorite one so far. And again, you didn't see that, I'm sorry. I'm getting caught up in the colors. That violet is gorgeous. Maybe we need to do another swatch of this Aurora red with a bit more water. There we go. Let's try that Aurora pink again as well. I'm getting the hang of this, I think. You can definitely see the more water you use, the more of an effect you get. And that Aurora orange. Interesting. Which one didn't you get to see? The Aurora blue. Let's do some more here. And that violet's gorgeous. I love that. Let's add some more water on top and see what happens. So as they dry, we'll see more. You can see the blue coming up in there. Hopefully you'll be able to see that. Orange and pinks. I'll put color, let's put the color names down the bottom. So this one's Aurora red. Next one was Aurora pink. This one's Aurora orange. And I just put my hand straight in paint. That's all right. And this one's Aurora blue. That one's really pretty as it's starting to granulate. And the last one, the Aurora violet. Now we're going to let those dry and then we'll come back to them. Let's see what happens if we add some other colors and see what we get. Okay, so the Aurora red, let's try. I'll pick up the Aurora red and we might add some of this. It's got pinks and blues coming up. Let's see if we add more blue and see what happens. So this time I'm going to put some water. We'll do a wet on wet. Let's pick up a bit of that Aurora red. Wow. And let's pick up some turquoise blue. And see what happens. Just going to put it into the edge of the water here. Makes a nice purple. We're just experimenting here. Let's see what happens. Let's add a bit of yellow. Okay, and let's try some of that Aurora blue. Put that down here, and then add some more water. Why don't we add some of that violet to this and see what happens there. Okay, so let's leave our experiments to the side. They're a lot more dry except for that blue. So here's the Aurora red. You can see the moment that was put down, you can see a bit of blue coming through, and there's a bit of pink in there that's come up. And this is the Aurora pink, which seems to have a darker red violet running through it, and it still has that blue and pink. So these two are a little bit similar, with the exception that that purple's a bit darker. The Aurora orange has like a rust color here, and then maybe like a turquoise, and then this bright sort of neon orange that pops up, which is interesting. And the Aurora blue, it's a bit like a deep maroon, and then we've got this really nice blue that pops up with a bit of orange there, which is really pretty. And this is still drying, but you can see more of the blue popping up there. You could see if you like doing galaxies and things like that, this would be quite cool. And this is the Aurora violet. So really nice pretty purple with shots of blue coming through. And then as you add more water, like we did here, we've got some neon pinks that come up. drew this wetlands bird, which is an American purple gallinule, I think it's called. And I think it's come up really nicely with the granulating colours. So I used, I think it was the Aurora Violet on this, because the blues come out of that colour. So these are the dried swatches. And then on the feet I use this Aurora Orange, and on the beak I've used Aurora Orange and a bit of the Aurora Blue. These were really fun to play with. If you like watercolour and you want to have a bit of fun, or even if you want to use something a little bit different from your paintings, I think this has come up really nicely. I really like the effect of the Aurora Orange on the feet here, because this bird actually has bright yellow feet. And even if you use them a bit more opaque, like which I've done in the eye, it comes up really nicely. And I love the effect of the granulation and layering, so I've done some layering on here. I've also mixed all the colours together on one sheet, so you can see all these beautiful colours that have come up as it's granulated, and they're beautiful. And I don't know what more I can say. I've had really good fun this morning painting, and I think I'd like to use them some more to paint some other animals. So I highly recommend these if you want to have a little bit of fun and play around with some granulating colours. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you like the artwork, and I will see you next time.